Hi, Ashwin.
Hi.
Every time we have a session, I like to point out that you are able to read the mega trends and topical news. And today I want to discuss something that we haven't spoke of before, that is the ever burgeoning, blooming market of India. So excuse me while I read something that I read. It's really complicated for me, but I'd like you to shed some light over this piece of news that I find really, really exciting because it's Asia, yeah, after all. So here it is. Goldman Sachs predicts India's stock market could grow to more than $5 trillion to become the 5th largest in the world by 2024. That's what, only 2 years away from now. This year alone, India's Nifty Index, that's one of its 3 indices, has climbed slightly more than 55%. Equity mutual funds in India reported inflows for the 8th consecutive month in October with $700 million inflow. These are no small numbers, Ashwin.
Yes.
So here's the thing, you know, India is home to India is the second largest world's population. Is that right? After China?
Yes.
After
and they've
China,
got the highest number of ultra high net worth individuals.
My goodness, yeah, I can believe that.
More than 1,000.
After all, India, they come from a culture of royalty, right? The Maharajas and so on. They are some of the most cultured and wealthy people in the world.
Just to let viewers know, India has got more than 1,000 ultra high net worth individuals. And by 2025, those ultra high net worth individuals are going to increase by 63% to more than 11,000. That's only ultra high net worth individuals. We are talking,
India,
and we are talking about.
Indians are all over the world and doing so well.
I'm saying that's only ultra high net worth individuals, 63% growth. Plus, India's billionaire class is forecasted to grow by 43% by 43% to 162% by 2025.
So the India economy cannot be ignored anymore. Indian diaspora is all over the world, yes. And they are heading up IT and banking and infrastructure and technology everywhere that we know it. You know, the big centers. And I must say this, being a woman, Bollywood has been producing more movies than Hollywood for many, many years now. The richest man in Asia is Indian, isn't he?
Mukesh Ambani, yes.
Ambani. Yeah, I think we cannot ignore India anymore. And I want you to talk about how we can, or investors can get a piece of their growth and profitability.
Now, let me explain to all the viewers watching this video as to why India in our investment universe as offshore strategists has taken a back seat. Because India has got a rule that international investors, individual international investors, cannot buy Indian stocks inside India. That's why we have always put India in the back seat, back burner. But recently, since August last year, when we started this retail program of ours, we have had a lot of Indian, non-resident Indian clients. And these non-resident Indians, which we call NRIs, they are from India, but they are offshore due to their job. And they are allowed to trade Indian stocks. And we've been making a lot of money for them. We are talking 20 to 30% per trade.
So what about non-resident Indians?
Yeah. Non-resident Indians can buy Indian stocks outside of India in offshore markets like London and New York. Like I was saying just now, in India, the market is a different dynamic. And typical Indian stock in 1 to 2 months can move 700 to 1,000 rupees.
Wow.
And let me tell you what kind of stocks they have. The Indian software stocks have moved like 300% in 1 year.
Yeah, no surprise because they're overtaking industry all over the world.
Yes, but the problem is You cannot buy those onshore or software stocks because that's what the government doesn't allow offshore people to come in. So the only way we can have a slice of a bit of that success in India is by buying offshore stocks, like I said, listed in London and New York. And they also have ETFs on India listed in New York.
So is that going to be good enough to give us a good yield then?
Yes, we are still talking 20 to 30%.
Okay.
Okay. And one of the biggest companies in India is listed in London. In fact, we just bought some today and yesterday, and we are seeing about 5% profit in 24 hours.
So lots of Indian Indian corporations are now situated in the US and the UK and everywhere else in the world.
What they have done is these Indian companies have listings in London and New York of their companies. Not the companies are there. No,
I see,
the companies are listed. Besides listing in India, they have an offshore listing in
so
London.
Those are the ones we can buy.
Yes, and New York Stock Exchange.
All right.
And those are the ones we can buy. Because let me just give you some ideas. The electrical revolution in India has already started.
Yes.
Private equity company has already put in $1 billion to say, let's take India electric. And then on the back of that, we're already creating India's largest electric vehicle charging network. It's already happening. Today in India, the biggest fast food business is not McDonald's, forget that. The biggest fast food business in India today is pizza and donuts. Okay, so it's a different market altogether. Indians love Hermes. They don't like Christian Dior. It's a different market. They've got their own ideology. You can't predict them using the American model. Forget that. Indians like different things. If you go to McDonald's in India, they don't want that burger with the beef. They want an Indianized potato patty in a bun. So
I know I've learned this thing called Chinese Manchurian.
Oh yes. No, that is cauliflower cooked in a Chinese style.
But what I mean is it's Indianized Chinese food.
It's actually called gobi. It's actually called gobi Manchurian. Gobi means cauliflower. So India has got its own idiosyncrasies, like I said. Of course, I hope in the future the government will be more big-hearted and say, let's get all the big boys in from outside. I mean, right now, the American banks are buying Indian stocks because they have tie-ups with local Indian brokerage companies. But the individuals outside of India, if you're not an NRI, you can't buy Indian stocks.
But given that, it still holds huge potential for retail investors like myself.
Because the mass is huge. We are talking 1.3 billion population. We are talking more than 100 million middle class. So
what about the risk? You know, with governments and regulators.
India's government, one thing good, they don't really interfere in private companies' affairs. Except for recently, they had a problem with Adani's Adani Enterprise, but that's a different matter altogether.
Because we don't want something like what happened to Ant to happen in India, no?
No, very, very rare. We have not seen that kind of thing happen in India over the last so many years. We have not seen it. See, what happened to Ant, now that you mentioned Ant, in China this year, the mood on the ground is changing. The government is noticing that the wealth gap is rising. Lots of people with a lot of money, they're going out, buying properties, buying hotels, buying everything. They don't want this to worsen. They want the billionaires to take care of the country as a whole, to say, I'm going to give you 30 billion, 40 billion. Please spread the prosperity, what Xi Jinping calls common prosperity. That is nothing wrong. That is nothing wrong. But it conflicts with the ideology of showing off lifestyle, eating out, wearing luxury goods. Suddenly it's not fashionable to show off your wealth in China anymore. It's low key. So against that backdrop, China has taken a better backseat now. That is one of the reasons why Ant's IPO got cancelled, because it was supposed to be the world's largest IPO. And then they were afraid that Ant will take over the banks, frankly, because Ant's mobile payment app transferring money was huge. So you have to see how the governments react. In a communist country, the governments are very sensitive.
So how do retail investors like myself get the scoop of what some of these investment ideas that you're offering?
Again, like I was saying in my previous videos, if you want my investment ideas and how to do it, all you have to do is pay us a fee of $5,000 a year. And you will, of course, get access to our algorithm, 75% machine, 25% human genius. Plus, we will tell you what to do, how to do, and we will let you open the account in a broking house. The money is in your account, in your name, and we will tell you exactly what to do. Okay, like in every market, there's risk in India, as in not government risk, but of course, the market doesn't go up in one straight line. But look at the way it's moved up. You know, it's amazing. Slightly more than 55%.
Look at the numbers.
This year alone. I mean, people are boasting the S&P has gone up 80%. Yeah, but the S&P, listen to the difference. The S&P went up because the Fed injected $120 billion a week. Okay? In India's case, there's no injection. This is natural demand. Natural demand. It's
organic growth.
It's organic growth. It's huge. And actually, don't get me wrong, Tessie, this has always been the case. The reason we never looked at India because there were very few stocks outside to buy. Most of the stocks are inside India. Most of the big actions inside India.
Just now that's changing.
Know,
now that's changing.
Yes, there are more stocks being listed outside. There are more ETFs being listed outside. And then a unicorn is a company, a startup that is worth more than $1 billion US. India, this year alone, has had 74 unicorns.
Wow. Privately funded.
Yes, and that's why all the private equity in India, you know, if we have a private equity arm, Jesse, if anybody is interested to talk about to the tune of $20 million US and more, we can discuss with you to tell you what kind of unicorns you can invest in. Let's have a private equity business, just to let everyone know. We can do that.
Most of our videos are aimed at our retail investor. And then, of course, we'll talk about the other private investment program sometime later.
So India has got 74 unicorns.
Wow.
It's huge.
Just the scope and the scale of things.
Yes. And last week, India's largest digital payments company, Paytm, which Alibaba had, Ant had a share in it, Jack Ma had a share in it, Warren Buffett had a share in it, everybody's got a share in it. SoftBank, Japan SoftBank had a share in it. They all cashed out because the IPO dropped 27% on the first day of trading. But having said that, India's largest IPO took place just last week. And it is a tech IPO. You can see on the tech front how big India is becoming.
Yes.
Every Indian citizen wants to become a tech expert and they go and study tech because they want to go abroad and become a software engineer, a coder. So the culture is there and the culture is hungry.
And that's where they have really succeeded, no? India?
Yeah. 74 unicorns. 74 unicorns will one day become IPO.
Yeah.
So you've got a big IPO pipeline waiting to happen. So things will happen.
So to get to become a subscriber to your program, how do we contact you?
My email is ashwin@ppchk.net. You'll be contacted on WhatsApp, bit.ly/algotrader, and Telegram, it's bit.ly/algofactory.
Great, thank you so much.
And if you want to watch our videos, of course, you know where to go. Just go to YouTube.
Yes.
That's bit.ly/algowealth.
Yes, if those of you who care to watch Ashwin's videos and my interviews with him will be able to track that whatever Ashwin has predicted has actually come true. His forecasts have an uncanny tendency to come true. So do watch. He's talked about new technology. He's talked about mega trends. He's talked about the Malaysian budget. He's talked about diversifying your income portfolios and so on. So please go to YouTube and watch our videos.
Since you mentioned that, 2 weeks ago, or even 10 days ago, we predicted as early as 23rd September that the dollar will go up as a result of the Fed taper. Right now, today, as we produce this video, the dollar index has gone to a 52-week high. And dollar is going up against every currency. The Malaysian ringgit today dropped to 4.1990, We predicted 4.25 next year. Now it's already 4.1990. That's why
Very scary.
in our previous videos, we told Malaysians investors to say, please create a second income because the dollar will be king. And now it is happening. What we said in our video on 20th September, it is happening right now.
Yeah. Thank you, Ashwin. We'll continue on our series with more mega trends and more market trends.
Thank you.
Bye.